Thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. It's been a while since I've posted something. Life got ahead of me. I was really busy, been writing a lot, and with this pandemic, it's definitely been crazy. I wanted to post something very important. I wanted to post my experience with COVID-19. So I contracted COVID-19 on May 10th, Mother's Day, and I was exposed to the virus um, in New York with my aunt. So my aunt actually had it, and her symptoms, or actually her virus, reactivated itself. It never left her, and we didn't know that she was still positive. This was earlier. She was one of the first people who caught the virus. Actually, March 25th is when she contracted it, and she got it from being out in the stores. This was right a little bit after the whole quarantine took place, the national emergency. So, at any rate, I flew into New York because she needed help. She's 84 years old, and she lived alone. She's completely healthy, never got sick, kind of deal. And so it took exactly 14 days. 14 days I counted, and boom, on the 14th day, I had symptoms. The first thing that I experienced was definitely body aches, chills, and a fever. I was very fatigued. I was weak. And I'm the type of person that's like active, go type of deal. And I just felt like someone gave me a potion of this sleeping pill. I felt like I was drugged up, literally, hit by a Mack truck, in like aches and pain all over through my body. And this was on Mother's Day, and I was like, holy crap, I don't feel well. I just want to go back to bed. I just wanted to go to sleep and rest. I feel like I overexerted myself the day before. So I took a Tylenol and had some in the back of my mind. I said, well, could this be, I called the COVID-19 hotline in New York, and I told them what my symptoms were, because they ask you like 5 questions. Of course, I had the symptoms, those symptoms specifically, and they told me to take the test the next day. I wanted to drive through because I didn't want to expose anybody. So after 24 hours went by, I woke up and I felt okay. I didn't feel like I got hit by a Mack truck. My fever kind of broke, and I was like, ooh, I guess I got rid of that 24-hour bug. And I got myself ready, and I went on my way. Took the test, and then I went to my aunt's apartment. Nobody was there because I was packing her out of the apartment to move to California. So I was there alone, and I was working, packing up stuff. And I mean, it was like only a couple hours and I was fatigued. I was exhausted, and I'm like, this is all I'm going to get done? Okay, well, I guess I'm tired today. So then I went back to the hotel and just kind of relaxed. I did take a Tylenol because I felt like I had a slight fever. I didn't have a thermometer at the time, and I couldn't find one in her apartment. So then the next day, I completely lost my taste and smell. Completely. This was Tuesday. And that was miserable. And I was fatigued again, and I had a fever again. But those were my top symptoms. I did have diarrhea one time. It was like one day. So I had that, but I thought I was just taking too much vitamin C, or maybe I had too much coffee. Sometimes that will do it. So then the next day, again, no taste, no smell. But I was okay. Like, my energy level would go up and then it would go down. It would go up and then it would go down. So then, still waiting on results. Saturday hits, and I still have this no taste, no smell. However, my whole nasal area and head, I had headaches, but it was like Wednesdays when it really hit me, Wednesday. My whole head felt like it was 150 pounds. Heavy, very heavy. I had headaches that would creep up and go all up in my head. Still no, I didn't have taste or smell for 19 days. I was really scared that I wouldn't get it back. Um, so, at any rate, Sunday, I was out of breath and I almost passed out. So, and then I found out I had COVID. It finally went through. It took about 7 days, 6, 7 days for the results. When the results came in, of course, I started crying. I had a feeling, and then when you get it, it's like, oh my gosh, I have this virus that no one really knows anything about. There aren't any treatments. Am I going to die? Is this how, what's going to happen? So, every day is a different symptom. And every day when I woke up, I was completely grateful. And I think, during the time of me being in New York, flying from California to New York and being there, I had a spiritual awakening all through the whole journey, all through the whole process of moving my aunt out. Things were happening, and that's a whole other thing I'm gonna maybe talk about, or I'm actually gonna write a book about it, because it's really fascinating what happened to me, and it's unbelievable, but it's the truth, and I want to share my story with everyone else. And so, at any rate, let me go back to what I was saying. Sorry, I drift off sometimes. Symptoms. So, the 7th day, definitely out of breath, shortness out of breath. I mean, I would take 5 steps and I'm like breathing really, really hard. And I was starting to think, do I need to go to the hospital? Do I need to be hospitalized? When I would lay down at night, I couldn't sleep. So the virus keeps you from sleeping. You're not truly comfortable because you can't breathe through your nose, or you have a headache, you have an ache, you have a pain. My lungs were actually hurting. So if I laid on my back, I felt like pressure, and I felt like uncomfortability, and actually some pain. And that night, I remember, I think it was maybe the 11th, 12th, or 34th, I don't even remember. I wrote it down in a journal, but I don't have it with me right now, so I'm going by memory. I just thought, okay, I'm going to curl up in fetal position and pray that this pain in my chest goes away. And honestly, I was that close to calling 911. That close. I said, well, if it continues to hurt within this hour, I will definitely call. And I ended up falling asleep, and the next morning I woke up. Thank God I woke up, and I was okay. So I had the virus for 5 weeks. 5 weeks. And I believe the reason that well, number one, the virus just likes to stay in your system for a long time. It likes to play with your immune system, and it definitely will react to what you're eating and what you're doing. So the first week of me having the virus, I was still active. Okay, I was still doing activities, because I didn't feel like I needed to lay down, or I didn't feel like I needed to go to sleep. The second week, however, was worse. It hit me in my respiratory system. I was weak. I was fatigued again. I lost my appetite. Of course, I couldn't taste anything. So then I was starting to order in, because I didn't feel like cooking. I had no energy, no desire. And I don't know, I was playing around with my taste buds, and I said, well, I'm going to order Burger King. And I never eat Burger King, okay? I just don't do it because I'm like on this super health kick, because that's just me. My body craves healthy food. However, it craved a greasy burger. Couldn't taste a thing. But the sodium, the salt, whew, I tasted the salt. And I swelled up, and the next day, I was worse. I was like feeling like crap all over again. So I was like, oh, I didn't realize that it was the sodium. So then I ordered Chipotle, a burrito. Actually, it was a bowl. I don't know what happened. Maybe the salt shaker, the whole thing fell, the cap fell, and it just landed on my guacamole. I don't know, but it was I didn't taste anything, but I tasted the salt. So I was like, good Lord. The next day, woke up, felt like crap. I'm like, you know what? I'm done with this whole salt kick. I'm like done. Every time I order in, I'm getting nothing but a salty taste in my mouth, and then my body feels like crap. So I ordered a bunch of groceries. I ordered garlic and ginger and some tea and this basic rice. It was like wheat rice. I went back to my healthy lifestyle, and I said to myself, I have to take over my health. At this point, I'm not going to let this beat me. I'm going to beat this virus. So I changed my perspective. I changed the way I was thinking. I changed my inner strength, and I said, I'm going to beat this virus. I'm sick and tired of it just making me feel like crap and holding me back. And this was on the third week now. And because I would test every week, I tested myself every week because I needed to get my aunt packed up, moved out, and I needed to pick her back up at the nursing home facility because that's where they put her because her virus reacted itself again. Long story, but I'm trying to keep this short. At any rate, so I went on a health kick. I ordered celery juice. I ordered kale juice, greens. I mean, that helped. I took vitamin C, zinc, coenzyme Q10, iron, because I wasn't getting enough protein and iron. I read on how to boost my immune system, and I followed all instructions, and it helped me. It actually helped me. I was able to do some auditions. I was able to do a Zoom conference call. I was starting to feel better. So then now going on the fifth week, okay, the fifth week, and I said, okay, I'm going to test. It's going on the fifth week here, and I need to find out if I'm positive or negative. So I called up the COVID hotline again. Actually, I called urgent care, and they took me in. I took the test. 3 days later, I found out. Yay! So I was able to pick up my aunt, and we were able to fly to California, and I was able to come home to my family. So, if and when you get the virus, and I pray that you don't. I really don't. I mean, I pray that you don't get it. This virus, it's not like the flu, okay? It's a virus, but it's not like the flu. And the reason why it's not like the flu is because the flu actually goes away after 7 to 8 days. This virus lingers. So the viral load when you first contract it is very, very high. And so as the viral load decreases, okay, and your immune system is making antibodies trying to fight off the virus, as it decreases, it still reacts to your immune system. So if you overdo it and you still have some viral load in there in your system, it's going to reactivate it, and then you're down again. And you got to start and build your immune system back up again. And then I did too much and it went down again. The viral load came back and it bite me in my ass. It's a constant up and down, up and down, up and down. So if you can, in the beginning of getting this virus, take an antiviral, like a Z-Pack, up your game on your vitamins, up your game on your food, and avoid salt. I think you probably have a quicker recovery time. I don't know. That's my theory after having it. But I'm grateful and I'm thankful that I survived, and I'm grateful and thankful that my aunt survived, and we have another chance to live and make a difference in this world. And so I'm saying that the hustle is real, but it's your perspective, and how you can touch someone else's life it's a gift. So the more you give, the more you will receive. Take care of you guys. Take care and stay well, stay positive, and enjoy your life because it is definitely a gift. Much prayers to you all.